Okay then guys, welcome back to another track guide Hotlap and setup video. This time we were at the Hungary circuit. And the final corner, you want to get on the power as early as you can. Normally about halfway through to start getting on the power. So down the main straight then. I'll be all the way over to the left hand side coming up to turn 1. And what you're looking out for is the pit and exit line that goes across the track. And that's your braking point for turn 1. Pretty much on it is bang on just before it, or if you're really confident, just after it. You're looking to go down into third gear and you want a late apex into turn 1. It's a nice wide entry, late apex to really straighten yourself up and get the best traction out the corner and pick up the DRS as well, as soon as you can get the power down there. So coming down into turn 2 then, you want to kind of ride this curb here, the little curb on the right hand side here. And we're braking just before the 50 meter board, about 75 meters around that sort of area. We're going down into fourth gear. Third gear if you need to get a bit more rotation, but this year really get on the power nice and early and use all of the exit, use all of the track on the exit as well. Get over on this curb, take the shortest line around the right hander as you can, and use the curb on the outside there, flat up over the hill. Now for probably the hardest corner on the track overall, you want to be as far to the right as you can, like a straighter entry into it. Where the black box is, shift down into 6th and really commit, just lift off the throttle. Touch a brake if you need it, if you think you're going to end up going wide, but really commit, get back on the power as early as possible as well. And then for the long right hander, where the curve on the end, on the right hand side there ends and the grass starts, you want to be going down into fourth gear there. Don't take the curve on the inside, it can cause you to spin. You can get away with it every now and again, but I'd say just avoid it at all costs. Again, you want to get on the power really early here to make the most of the short run into the chicane. So now coming up to the chicane then, braking point is pretty much at the start of the apex, again on the left hand side here. Maybe closer to the 50 meter boards if you prefer that, but anywhere this sort of region is where you want to be braking down into the chicane. Third gear for the entry, first part of it. Don't jump over the curb because you tend to lose time there, but you want to just get all over the apex on the inside here, but not on the sausage part of it. And then I short shift to 4th through it and then get back on the power, pretty much full throttle on exit. Now coming up to the left hander then, got to be as far over to the right as you can, all over the curve on the right hand side here. And where you got the line going across the track above you, we're going to be going down into 5th gear. 4th gear if you need a bit more rotation, but I prefer 5th. And then it's the same 5th all the way through this sector, only drop to 4th if you need to get a little bit more rotation, if you're sort of understeering wide. I'll use all the curb on the inside and then keep a tight line here. And now for the fast right hander, this is more about timing than anything. You're shifting down as you're turning in, so you don't really want to be all over this curb because you can bottom out here and just go straight on. But just sort of as you come up to the cherry picker sort of thing on the right hand side there, downshift and really commit to this corner. Throw it in 6th gear. Touch the brake if you need it, but try to avoid using the brake this year and use as much as this apex curb as you can get away with on the exit as well. Obviously you don't want to be over here because you'll just invalidate your lap time, but just use as much as you can, get on the power nice and early. So now just for the final sector of the track then, into this next right hander, you're looking at somewhere just after this pole on the right hand side, maybe where the thing, I don't even know what that is on the left hand side there, with all the poles sticking out of it. It seems to be a pretty good braking point there, or the start of the apex as well. I do find using this though, you can go deep sometimes in qualifying, it seems to be better, but during the race I tend to find that a little bit more of an earlier braking point seems to work a lot better for me. But again, that's personal preference. You can definitely brake just at the start of the curve here. And you want to be going down into 3rd gear for the right hander as well. Keep it nice and tight. Keep it in 3rd for the exit and get on the power as early as you can. And now for the penultimate corner then, where the black box is on the right hand side, just after the bridge that sort of goes across, the advertisement board that goes across. When we go brake in a straight line, down into third gear. Second if you need it for a bit of rotation, down into third gear, and try and hug the inside of this curb as much as you can, and then again get on the power as early as possible. Use all of the curb on the right hand side here in the pit lane entry, and then for the final corner where you've got the safety car board on the left hand side and the Qatar Airways advertisement board, I'll take a nice swooping entry, keep it tight, sort of like a mid apex, keep it tight, and you want to get on the power as early as possible. So just as you start to see the grandstand here ahead of you, start getting on the power, and you can really get on the power really early out of here. Careful not to run too wide because you'll just ruin your lap, especially in qualifying, or invalidate if you run wide in the race. But there we are, guys. I hope you found this helpful in some way. We'll go to a hot lap and put it all together now, and then we'll get into the setup. Enjoy. Okay, so let's get into the setup for the Hungary circuit then. Aero 50-45, really high on the front wing, maximum downforce. You want 45 on the rear wing because you've got that long start finish straight. You want to be able to overtake at least a little bit. But yeah, really high downforce here. You could drop this down to maybe 42 if you wanted to, but I like to leave it around 45 mark, depending on how I'm feeling on the day. Transmission 50-52, probably not really surprised, maximum rotation and all that stuff. Suspension minus 2.8 on the front camber, minus 1 on the rear camber, 0.04 on the tail out, and 0.14 on the rear toe in. Suspension 32 on the front, 6 on the rear. Again, probably not much of a surprise because you want to be getting on the power as early as possible for a lot of these slow corners and mid-speed corners as well. But every corner you want to just be getting on the power as early as you can. Anti-roll bar 6.1 and ride height 34-37. You want to be using the curbs as much as you can here, but you want to avoid some of the curbs, but using as much curb as you can, really. Brake pressure 100%, brake pressure and brake burst 56%. You can get away with using 54, 55, but 56% because of the way some of the corners are. You want a bit more frontwards, sorry, just to help you get that little bit more rotation in there. Carry a bit more speed around some of the faster corners as well. Tyre pressures 22.5, 20.3. I leave these as they are in time trial, and I use the same tyre pressures in the race as well. If you find you do overheat a little bit though, or you want to run some softer compounds, then just drop the rears to 20 exactly, and the fronts to 22.5. It is, no, 22.3. Sorry. There we are. If you've liked this video, leave a like down below, subscribe, comment if you want to, and that's everything. Enjoy the rest of your day.